Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the causes for the First World War. The First World War was held between 1914 to 1918. It was fought for nearly 4.5 years. Millions of people have lost their lives and crores of rupees of property, millions of rupees worth, millions of pounds of worth property is lost during the First World War. First World War was the first world level war of the human civilization. It was a war that started in Europe but later spread to other parts of the world. Hence, so many other countries of other continents also participated in the First World War. That's why it is known as the First World War. It is the first ever war at a world level, world scale war. No other war in the past was as huge, as intense as First World War. Previously, the wars were only local wars. But for the first time in human history, in 1914, July 28 marked the beginning of the First World War, and it ended after 4.5 years of intense war in 1918 November. So today we are going to discuss the causes for the First World War. There are so many causes for the First World War. First World War was held between 1914 to 1918 and devastated the world and crumbled down famous empires. There are famous empires like Austro-Hungarian Empire, German Empire, Russian Empire were crumbled down in the First World War. In Austria-Hungary, the Habsburg dynasty. In Germany, the Hohenzollern dynasty. In Russia, Romanov dynasty. And likewise in Turkey, the Ottoman Empire have crumbled down due to the First World War. All the four empires have crumbled down after the First World War. So it is so devastating that it has crumbled down famous empires. And First World War resulted in the loss of innocent lives of millions of people. Millions of soldiers died and millions of people, innocent people, lost their lives. And millions of people were displaced and migrated to other countries. And there are so many people who have lost their families, and families were separated during the First World War. And millions of pounds of worth properties are also damaged during the First World War. There are so many reasons for the First World War. Among them, important reasons being the European powers' quest for acquiring more and more colonies, the Germany's desire for becoming a world power, and Italy's desire for irredentism are the main causes for the First World War. These are the three main causes. All the European powers, Britain, France, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Portugal, Spain, Germany, Italy. Likewise, all the European powers wanted to acquire new colonies because Industrial Revolution was a success in all these countries. So they have produced all the surplus production. They wanted markets for the sale of their surplus production. And they also wanted raw material for conducting industries in their respective countries. So that's why they wanted colonies in Asia, Africa, and South American continent. So in the process of acquiring colonies, each European power was conflicting with other European powers. British had a conflict with French. French had a conflict with Germans. Germans had a conflict with Italians. Italians had a conflict with Spain and Portugal. Likewise, all the European powers were competing with each other in acquiring more and more colonies in Asia, Africa, and Latin American continents. At the same time, Germany was only united in 1870 under the leadership of a great statesman, Bismarck. Germany's desire for becoming a world power is also one of the reasons for the World War. And likewise, Italy's irredentism. Irredentism means Italy wanted to revive its past glory. So Italy's desire to acquire its past glory, and it wanted to become a superpower in European politics. And by virtue of its past glory, it wanted to revive itself, its economic status, its religious status, its political status in 20th century European politics. And Italy's desire for irredentism is also the main cause for the First World War. So basically, these are the three important reasons. The European powers' quest for acquiring more and more colonies, the Germany's desire for becoming a world power, and Italy's irredentism, revival of its past glory, ancient glory. These are the three main causes for the First World War. And First World War was fought between two military alliances. And these two military alliances are led by all the European powers. The first military alliance is called Central Powers. These Central Powers consisting of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey. And likewise, on the other side, against the Central Powers, there is another military alliance called Allied Powers. In the Allied Powers, Britain, France, Russia, and America. These are the four important countries that have led the Allied Powers. So these are the two military alliances, the Central Powers and Allied Powers. And these two military alliances fought against each other. That resulted in the First World War. First, the war centered around Europe. It was a local war. But in course of time, it assumed the status of a world war by attracting many countries of other continents also into the fold of the war. That's why it is called as the First World War. It is the first ever world scale war in the human history where countries of almost all the continents have participated in the war. So that's why it is called as the first ever world war. And it was held between two military alliances. The first alliance is the Central Powers, which consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey. And second alliance is called Allied Powers, which consisted of Britain, France, Russia, and America. United Kingdom, France, Russia, and America, USC, United States of America. So these are the two broad military alliances that have held the war. And ultimately, in 1918, the war was stopped on November 11th with the signing of a treaty of all the victorious powers against the defeated Germany called Treaty of Versailles. So Woodrow Wilson, the American president, who drew 14 points for the end of the war, and those 14 points became the basis for the end of the First World War. So that's why Woodrow Wilson is considered to be a mastermind for the ending of the First World War. Woodrow Wilson's 14 points became the rallying point or the basis for the end of the First World War. Though Woodrow Wilson did not belong to the European continent, away from Europe, he was a statesman at USA, America. He was an American president, and he drew up some 14 points, and these 14 points became the rallying point or the basis for the end of the First World War. That's why the real hero of the First World War is Woodrow Wilson. In fact, he has chanted the Shanti Mantra, and he was instrumental in bringing peace in the world with his 14 points. That's why Woodrow Wilson's 14 points became the basis for the end of the First World War. Though European countries were responsible for the World War, Many countries of other continents also participated in the war. That's why it's became the first ever world war. In fact, the responsibility for the war was on the European powers. The European powers like Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Russia, Austria-Hungary, Turkey. So these are the countries responsible for the war. And their foreign policies are disastrous. And that led to the conflicts in the European society, which ultimately led to the World War. So the reason for and the responsibility for the World War is the European countries. But in course of time, in course of the war, many countries of other continents have also participated in the First World War. That's why it is called as the first ever world level war. So it is called as First World War, which was held between 1914 to 1918. In today's lesson, we'll be discussing the reasons of First World War in a visual manner. First of all, we must know world at the time of First World War. What are the European politics and how the power positions of European countries and what are the conditions that were prevailing, the political conditions, the economic conditions, the social conditions prevailing at the time of World War. And after knowing that only, we could know the reasons for the war. And after that, we'll be knowing about the immediate cause of the war. What is the immediate cause of the war? Which incident has ignited the large-scale First World War? That's called as the immediate cause of the war. After that, we'll also be discussing about the military alliances in the war. What are the military alliances or strategic alliances between the powers that have made the war from a local war to a global war? And after that, we'll be discussing what are the factors that contributed for entering into war by various countries. Why England has entered, why Austria-Hungary has entered, why Serbia has entered, why Russia, England, France, USA have entered into the war. So every country has shown some reason or the other for entering into the world war. So now we'll be discussing about the factors that contributed for entering into the war by various European powers and also USA. Austria-Hungary, Serbia, Russia, England, France and USA. And what made them to enter into the war. So this is also one of the points. Now let us discuss the causes of First World War. Among the causes of First World War, the secret alliances among the countries, the growing militarism, the spread of nationalism, a clash of imperial interests and colonialism, that's also called as Scramble for Africa, and the Franco-Prussian War on Alsace-Lorraine. The Alsace-Lorraine is a border area between Germany and France, and France has lost these two areas to Germany when the Franco-German War, Franco-Prussian War, that we'll be discussing. And also Berlin-Baghdad railway line. The capital of Germany is Berlin, the capital of Turkey is Baghdad. So they wanted to lay down a railway line between Berlin to Baghdad, and that was eventually opposed by European powers. So the conflict against the Berlin-Baghdad railway line is also one of the significant reasons for the World War. And of course, the role of media, how the media instigated people in favor of war in many of the countries in their respective countries. And after that, why Belgium entered into war? That's because the Belgium neutrality was violated. What is Belgium neutrality? And which country has violated the Belgium neutrality? And what are the consequences of violation of Belgium neutrality? That we'll be knowing in course of time. And likewise, the problem of Balkan states, likewise, lack of international organization. So these are the reasons for the First World War. They are the causes for the First World War. There are about 10 causes: secret alliances, growing militarism, spread of nationalism, clash of imperialistic interests and colonialism, and Franco-Prussian War, and the problem of Alsace-Lorraine and Berlin-Baghdad railway line, role of media in instigating for the war, and violation of Belgian neutrality, problem of Balkan states, lack of international organizations. So these are the reasons. We'll be discussing these causes one by one in course of our lecture. First of all, after that, we'll also make a critical evaluation of the whole causes for the First World War. Now let us discuss, to begin with, world at the time of World War, First World War. First World War was started in 1914 on July 28th by Austria-Hungary against Serbia. So at the time of First World War, there are 3 old empires and 3 new empires in Europe. The 3 old empires including the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire of Turkey. These are the 3 old empires. The 3 old empires were headed by 3 famous dynasties. The Austrian-Hungarian Empire was headed by the Habsburg dynasty. The Russian Empire was headed by the Romanov dynasty, and the Ottoman Empire was headed by Khalifa of Turkey. So these are the 3 old empires. And likewise, due to Industrial Revolution, 3 powers have emerged as important powers. One is England, second one is France, the third one is Germany. These are the 3 new empires. The old empires were headed by dynastical rule, and the 3 empires, new empires, were headed by various political leaders. So the 3 old empires and 3 new empires have some problems in acquiring colonies. This ultimately led to the World War. After that, rise of industrial capitalism and competition for colonies is also another reason. Rise of industrial capitalism. In 19th century, many of the countries in Europe have achieved industrial revolution. As a result of industrial revolution, the production is multiplied, machine-made industrial goods were prepared and produced, and the surplus goods are to be marketed in various colonies. For search of markets, the European powers have colonized certain countries of Asian continent, African continent, and South American continent. This is how colonialism has started. And colonialism reinforced the industrial capitalism. So the capital generated from industrialism, industrial revolution, or the profits of the industrial revolution has spread to various sectors as capital. This is called as industrial capitalism. So the rise of industrial capitalism led to scramble for colonies or competition for colonies. In course of time, Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, and Dutch have acquired colonies in 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. But Germany and Italy were united. Germany unification was held in 1870. Italian unification was held in 1860. These are the 2 countries who have acquired the status of a nation state only during second half of 19th century. By the time these countries have become powerful countries, there were no colonies as such to acquire. There are no countries left to acquire them as colonies. By the time these 2 countries are united, Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, Netherlands have already acquired various colonies in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. So Germany and Italy could not find any places, any countries to capture and colonize. That's why Germany wanted to acquire colonies, and Italy also wanted to acquire colonies. So there is a competition for colonies. In that competition, Germany have conquered certain colonies by using its military force, and also it bought some colonies, and likewise it negotiated with local people and acquired certain colonies. But in course of time, there was a competition between Britain and Germany in Africa and other places. That's why in 1958, a conference was held in Africa that's called as the Scramble for Colonies in African continent. So as a result, Germany also got certain colonies. So rise of industrial capitalism and competition for colonies was the economic situation at the time of the World War I. And likewise, there is a country called Turkey that was part of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire is the oldest empire in Europe. It was headed by Khalifa. So Turkey, consisting of various nationalities, and each nationality wanted to claim itself as independent, and nationalities were fighting for the right to self-determination. They wanted political independence. They want to become nation states. So the countries like Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Montenegro, and other countries became nation states only after First World War. And before First World War, before the commencement of the First World War, they were part of the Ottoman Empire and they wanted the status of nation state. With all the nationalism, they wanted to claim the right to self-determination. So Turkey became a sick man of Europe, and at any point of time, it was in a condition of disintegration. So at the time of First World War, Turkey was at the advent of disintegration. That's why it is called as the sick man of Europe. Now let us see what is the immediate cause for the First World War. The immediate cause for the First World War is the princes of Austria and Hungary, Francis Ferdinand and his wife, were making a visit in the Bosnian capital, Sarajevo, where the princess and prince were shot dead by a person called Gavrilo Princip. Gavrilo Princip is a madman who was in Bosnian capital Sarajevo. In fact, he belonged to a secret organization called Narodna Obrana. Narodna Obrana is a secret organization which wanted that Bosnia and Herzegovina, these are the two districts, though they have the Serbian population, they are controlled by Austria. So these two districts wanted to be a part of Serbia. So that's why there is a secret organization called Narodna Obrana is making its activities in the Bosnian capital. As a part of these activities, the Narodna Obrana has given the responsibility of killing the prince and his wife to Gavrilo Princip. So he killed the Austria-Hungary princess, Archduke Ferdinand, Francis Ferdinand and his wife, in the capital of Bosnia called Sarajevo. So this is the immediate reason. And Austria-Hungary and Serbia, these are the two neighboring countries. And these two neighboring countries have a border problem. That border dispute is related to two districts. One is Bosnia, second one is Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina, these are the two districts of Austria-Hungary, which actually people belong to the Serbian nationalities. So the people of these two districts wanted to become a part of Serbia. So a secret organization called Narodna Obrana has employed a madman called Gavrilo Princip to kill the prince and princess of Austria-Hungary, the Archduke of Austria-Hungary and Prince Francis Ferdinand and his wife, who are making a tour on the Bosnian capital Sarajevo, were shot dead on June 28, 1914. On June 28, 1914, the wife and husband duo of Prince Francis Ferdinand and his wife, Princess, were shot dead by Gavrilo Princip Garlo Princip belongs to a secret organization called Narona Obrana, and he killed both the prince and princess when the duo are touring or making a visit in the Boston capital, Sarajevo. This has happened on June 28, 1940. And this incident has triggered the First World War. So the immediate cause of the First World War is the Prince of Austria-Hungary, Francis Ferdinand's and his wife death in a secret mission employed by Narona Obrana, who employed Garlo Princip. Garlo Princip is a madman who killed the Austro-Hungarian Princess Francis Ferdinand and his wife in the Boston capital, Sarajevo. This is the incident that has triggered the First World War. There are so many reasons for First World War. The first reason being secret alliances. All the countries involved in First World War were having secret alliances with each other for 20 years or more before the commencement of First World War. There was no trust and faith among the countries. Germans made a secret alliance with Russians. Russians made a secret alliance against Germany with England. England had a secret alliance with Russians against Germany. French people have a secret alliance against England with the Germans and Russians. Likewise, every country used to have a secret alliance against some other country with the neighboring countries and other countries. This is how there was no transparency, there was no accountability. So alliances were all secretive. Secret alliances are there. There was no trust, there was no faith in the political relations and foreign policy relations. So these secret alliances have made the countries to suspect each other, suspect against each other. So this is the first cause of the First World War. Secret alliances is the first cause of the First World War. And second one is growing nationalism. Nationalism was growing in all the countries, but this nationalism is a narrow nationalism. In fact, all the countries are growing militarism, and many countries have groomed up their armies in lakhs of numbers. Like the Germans have 12 lakhs of army, and likewise the British have 9 lakhs of army. The Russians have 6,60,000 as the army. And besides this, they have also acquired all the submarines and also artillery that are required for conducting an active war. And they have also produced millions of guns for the soldiers. And they have also prepared themselves for a war, for a world-scale war. And many countries also had powerful navy at that time. They were also controlling the Arctic Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean, South Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, parts of Indian Ocean, likewise. So this is how the growing militarism. The countries are simply growing their army, navy, and of course artillery, and they are preparing themselves for a war. Even if a small incident ignites the war, the proportions of war are very wide. So this is how every country was preparing itself for a world-scale war. So this is called as the growing militarism. And there are security concerns for each and every country. And these countries wanted to have security on their own. And these countries also aligned with each other into 2 military alliances. So these 2 military alliances, one is Central Powers, the other one is Allied Powers. So all the powers are having huge military bases and also army, navy, and artillery. So the increase in number of army, navy, and also artillery is also one of the reasons for the First World War. They have prepared themselves for a large-scale war. Even if a small incident ignites it, the proportions assume a world-scale war. So this is how they have prepared themselves much before the World War with all the military, army, artillery, and navy. So the growing militarism by each and every country, suspecting other countries, is also another reasons. The growing militarism also another reasons for the causes of the First World War. And third one is spread of nationalism. Spread of nationalism is another reason. Nationalism has two important dimensions. One is the positive nationalism. The second one is narrow nationalism. Many of the countries are having narrow nationalism. That means while the people have the positive nationalism for patriotism towards their country, they also have the narrow nationalism against the neighboring countries. So that means there was hatred towards the neighboring countries and patriotism towards their own country. This is called narrow nationalism. Narrow nationalism spread to all the countries, and each country wanted to be victorious in course of war. And each country aspired for war, desired for a war to prove themselves as nationalistic. So World War I was considered as a war for nationalism, a war for proving the nationalism and nationalities. So the spread of nationalism, particularly the spread of narrow nationalism, is another important reason for the First World War. And another important reason for the First World War being clash of imperialist interests and colonialism is also one of the reasons. All the countries in the world, particularly the European powers, wanted to acquire colonies in their respective empires. Britain wanted to acquire so many colonies, and it has succeeded. 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, the British Empire has grown so much that everywhere it has found its markets, it has mercantile, and it has grown itself with so many colonies. And likewise, the French people also acquired some colonies. Spain, Portugal, Dutch, and other countries also have acquired colonies. But Germany and France, Germany and Italy are the new entrants into the war, into the colonialism. Germany wanted to acquire colonies because by the time German unification was taken place in 1870, all the remaining countries have acquired many parts of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Germany could not virtually found any place to claim itself as its properties as colonies. So that's why Germany wanted to have spheres of influence, colonies, onto its credit. And Germany is a late entrant into the colonialism. And likewise, even Italy was a late entrant. It also wanted to expand its colonial base. So these two countries, when wanted to have the colonialism and they wanted the colonies, all the European powers have acquired already the colonies. So expansion of empires by Germany and Italy have faced so many restraints. So Germany and Italy fought with other European powers in acquiring the colonies. So the clash of imperialistic interests and acquiring colonial areas is also another reason for the Great War, the First World War. This is also another reason. And the fifth reason is the Franco-Prussian War, Alsace-Lorraine, the problem of Alsace-Lorraine. As I have told you in the beginning itself, German unification was held in 1870 under a great statesman called Bismarck. So Bismarck almost united around 370 small states into a mighty state called Germany. Among the 370 small states, the Prussia is also a very good, a big state. So under the leadership of Prussia, all the states are united, and all the states have renamed their country as Germany. So before Germany was unified, most of the areas were called as Prussia. So there was a war between France and Prussia. Prussia is called as present Germany, and France means the French people's territory is called France. So there is a war between France and Prussia. This war is held against the German unification. When this war is held around 1870, France was defeated in the war. When France tasted defeat in the war, and two important areas of France called Alsace and Lorraine. These are the two important areas which have the mineral deposits like iron ore, and the industrial revolution of France is based on these two areas. These two areas were captured by Germany. So Germans, in course of their German unification, have got these Alsace and Lorraine areas from France as a result of Franco-Prussian War held in 1870. So these two areas were very important areas which give prosperity to the country in which these two areas were part. Ultimately, Germany becoming prosperous after 1870 due to the control over these two areas, Alsace and Lorraine. In course of time, France wanted to reacquire these two areas from Germany. So Alsace-Lorraine has become an issue of contention between France and Germany, and this is also another reason for the First World War. France was trying its best, and it is waiting for time to recapture these two areas from German fold. This is how the Alsace and Lorraine are the two areas, two prosperous areas, which were otherwise captured by Germany. France wanted to recapture them, and France is waiting for a time, and First World War has given an ample time for it to declare a war against Germany and to recapture the Alsace-Lorraine. So Alsace-Lorraine issue is an important issue that triggered the First World War. And another important reason for the First World War is Berlin-Baghdad railway line. Berlin-Baghdad railway line is another important reason for the First World War. Berlin is the capital of Germany. Baghdad is the capital of Turkey. And Germany and Turkey wanted to have a railway line so that trade and commerce from Germany will be easier between Europe and Asia. Germany wanted to establish its markets in Asian continent, particularly India, China, and other countries. So for that, the Berlin-Baghdad railway lane, which goes around 1800 kilometers, will be very useful for the Germany to have trade with Asian continent. But other powers of the Europe, like England and France, suspected that once Germany become prosperous with the growth in trade and commerce, Germany may become a world power. That's why, feeling jealous of Germans' position, England and France wanted to scuttle the attempts of Berlin-Baghdad railway line. They did not want this line. They want to scuttle the efforts for laying the railway line, and they are waiting for a moment. And they were taking First World War as an opportunity to give a fitting reply to Germans against laying down Berlin-Baghdad railway line. So ultimately, First World War has given it a choice, and they thought that First World War is an opportune time for them to scuttle the efforts of Berlin and Baghdad railway line. So laying of Berlin-Baghdad railway line by Germany and Turkey is also another important issue of war and tension, a bone of contention between the Allied powers and Central powers. The Allied powers wanted this railway line to be dismantled. This railway line should not be opened, should not be commenced. But Germany and Turkey were very particular and determined to lay down this line for over 1800 kilometers so that Germany will gain access to Asian countries for its merchandise, trade and commerce. So the efforts to scuttle the Berlin-Baghdad railway line by England and France also led to the First World War. So this is a very benign reason which cannot be openly said, but this is also one of the reasons, a prominent and pertinent reasons for the First World War. Germany, once the railway line is materialized, may become a world power and its economic prosperity may turn out to be very high. So in the context of its prosperity, England and France may lose their status of world powers. That's why these two countries wanted the Berlin-Baghdad railway line to be scuttled. So the efforts to scuttle the laying down of Berlin-Baghdad railway line is also another important reason for the First World War. Role of media in instigation of war. In every country, media played a very nasty role. In every country, media propagated narrow nationalism among the people. They have instigated the people, instigated the rulers on narrow nationalist lines, and it has risen the emotional tensions of the people. And it has also made the people to prepare themselves for the world scale war. So it is the role of media that triggered the world war. So role of media also is an invisible instigation for the war, and media also played its negative role in the First World War. For the start and commencement of the First World War, media also played its own role. And after that, violation of Belgian neutrality is also another important reason. Belgium is a country between Germany and France. It was a neutral country when Belgium achieved its independence in 1839. There was a treaty, and that treaty ensures Belgium its neutral role in European politics, and this neutrality of the Belgium is to be ensured by other European powers, particularly England. So when First World War commenced, Germany wanted to attack France. When Germany wanted to attack France, Germany wanted the middle country called Belgium to give access for its troops. But Belgium did not want to give access to German troops, because Belgium said it is a neutral country. So Germany forcefully invaded Belgium and entered into France via Belgium. So this has angered England. So Belgium neutrality was violated due to the Belgium's stand of neutrality and the adamant nature of the Germany to pass through Belgium and enter into France. So this is also another important reason for the First World War. And after that, the problem of Balkan states. The problem of Balkan states is also another important item. There are countries like Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Montenegro, and various other nationalities. They are called as the Balkan states, which were part of the old Ottoman Empire. And these nationalities wanted independence and right to self-determination. These Balkan states were supported by Russia against Turkey. When Russia supported these countries, Turkey wanted protection from Germany. So Germany was in favor of Turkey, And Russia was in favor of the nationalities like the Montenegrins, Romanians, Bulgarians, and others. So this has also led to a war, the First World War, when these countries within the Ottoman Empire wanted to disintegrate themselves from Ottoman Empire and claim the right to self-determination. That has led to the First World War. And people have seen the First World War as an opportune time to declare their right to self-determination and claim their political independence. So problem of Balkan states angered some of the European states like Germany, Turkey, against the Russians and England. So this has also led to the war. When England, France and Russia wanted the people of Montenegro, Belgium, Bulgaria, Romania and Serbia to grant independence. And they have supported people's struggle for the right to independence, right to self-determination. Turkey opposed it. Germany stood also by the Turkey. And Turkey and Germany opposed the nationalities' claim for independence. On the other hand, these nationalities were supported by Russia, England, and France. So the problem of Balkan states for claiming right to self-determination and independence is also becoming another important issue among the countries, and that led to ultimately a war. And after that, lack of international organization and anarchy is also another important reason. There was no organization at the global level to stop the war. All the countries think that they are very powerful. They don't need to heed the appeals of other countries. In such a way, there is no international organization to counsel the arrogant powers against the war. So war attempts were made by all the countries, from small countries to big countries. Every country is making war cries. In such a situation, there was no country in the Europe or in any part of the world or in any continent to counsel the country against the war and counsel for peace. So that is also another important reason. That's called as lack of international organization and anarchy. Anarchy means disobedience, lawlessness, and arrogance of superpowers. That led to the war of the First World War. This is another important reason. So friends, these are some of the reasons for the First World War. And we have seen so many reasons. Let us recapitulate ourselves with the causes of First World War. First World War was held due to the secret alliances among the states, and there were secret alliances among the states, and there was no transparency, there was no trust or faith among the countries, and each country was making alliances against all other countries with other countries. This is how all the alliances were secret alliances, and no country was believing the other country. Lack of trust, faith is also one of the reasons. And second one is growing militarism. Every country is preparing itself for a large-scale war with army, navy, and artillery. And even a small incident could ignite a big large-scale war due to the preparedness, war preparedness of almost all the countries of Europe. This is called as growing militarism. And third one is spread of nationalism, spread of narrow nationalism. Narrow nationalism is a nationalism that provokes hatred towards the neighboring countries by respective countries, people of the respective countries. So the spread of nationalism and narrow nationalism is also another important reason for the First World War. In fact, narrow nationalism is spread mostly in Germany, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Serbia, and various other countries. So each country was pleading with its people to have patriotic. At the same time, it is also sowing seeds of hatred towards the neighboring countries. So having hatred towards other countries by the people of respective countries is called as narrow nationalism. And narrow nationalism also resulted in war. Particularly, the people of Germany felt that they only are capable of ruling the whole world due to their nationalistic predominance. And there are also economic reasons behind First World War. That is the imperialistic interests and colonialism, the spread of colonialism. And Germany and Italy were the late entrants to First World War. By the time they were united, Germany was united in 1870 and Italy was united in 1860. By the time they have attained the status of a nation state, there were no colonies for them to acquire. So they were competing with other European powers, and there was virtually a scramble for Africa for colonies. So this also led to war. And the Franco-Prussian War, there was a war between Germany and France. And in that war, France was defeated, and two important areas of France called Alsace and Lorraine were captured by the Germans. So these two areas were very important. They are very prosperous areas with mineral-rich deposits like raw iron ore. So these two areas give prosperity to the country in which they are becoming inherent part. And when these two areas were captured by Germans, France felt the need to have these two areas back. And it wanted to capture these areas back only by war, another war. And it is preparing itself for a war. So First World War has given an opportune time for the France to capture Alsace and Lorraine. And likewise, the Berlin-Baghdad railway line, which was proposed to be held between German capital of Berlin to Turkian capital of Baghdad, wanted to give access to the Germans to Asian continent for trade and merchandise. So once this railway line becomes materialized, Germany may become very prosperous and become a world power, and this has to be changed. And England and France wanted, Germany did not attain such a position, and they wanted to scuttle the process. That led to war. And likewise, the role of media in instigation of war is also another important reason. Likewise, the violation of Belgium neutrality. Belgium is a middle state between Germany and France. When German soldiers wanted to pass from Germany to France, they have to pass through Belgium. Actually, Belgium is a neutral state by virtue of its treaty signed with some of the European powers in 1839. And Belgium wanted to maintain its neutral position. But Germany invaded Belgium and entered into France. When Belgium was invaded by Germany, England entered into war in favor of Belgium. England wanted to protect Belgium neutrality against the German invasion. That's why the First World War has seen the Belgium neutrality, the violation of Belgium neutrality by France, and that resulted in the entry of England into the war. And likewise, the problem of Balkan states like Serbia, Montenegro, Romania, Bulgaria, and other states, they wanted independence, and the nationalities wanted their right to self-determination to be materialized. So this problem is supported by Russia, England, and France. And this problem was opposed by Germany and Turkey. So against Germany and Turkey, all the other three powerful countries, Russia, England, and France, supported the Balkan states and their claim for political independence and the status of national states. So this has led to the war. And lack of international organization is also another important reason. There is no international organization to counsel the countries against the evils of war or the negative effects of war. So that has led to international anarchy, and that has ultimately led to war. So friends, these are some of the reasons for the First World War. First World War was held between 1914 to 1918. It was held for almost 4.5 years. Millions of people have lost their lives, and millions of pounds of worth property was also damaged, and millions of people were displaced and families were separated, and it remained devastating. It has brought devastation into human history for the first time in the world, in the human history. And though European powers are responsible for the war, the other countries of other continents also have joined the war. That's why it has attained the proportion of a world war. So these are the reasons for the First World War. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.